Okay, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Bhante.
Good morning, Bhante.
Good morning. Good morning.
Teruan
Today,
Saranay.
Good morning,
Bhante.
Bhante.
okay, Tiran. Today we are going to have another very, very profound discourse. Since you have been listening to these discourses for several years now, we are getting deeper and deeper. And today is very deep discourse. Let's call being devoured. In Pali, it is called Khajjaniya Sutta. Khajjaniya. Khad, that means eat. Being eaten, being devoured. That is the title of this discourse. As it is very profound, you have to listen to it very carefully. Although the number seems to be smaller, it doesn't matter. I will start now. This discourse also was delivered by the Buddha when he was in Savatthi, because those ascetics and Brahmins who recollect their manifold past abodes all recollect the five aggregates subject to clinging, or a certain one among them. What five? Those who are ascetics or Brahmins who have attained jhanas and developed supernatural powers, one of which is seeing their previous lives, as the Buddha said, and when they recollect their previous lives, they recollect the five aggregates of clinging, or one of them. For instance, when they were born in a arupi, formless existence, they would recollect the consciousness and perception of one of them, but not all the five. So what are the five aggregates? When they recollect thus bhikkhus, they recollect, I had such form in the past. It is just form that one recollects. When recollecting, I had such a feeling in the past, it is just feeling that one recollects. When recollecting, I had such a perception in the past, it is just perception that one recollects. When recollecting, I had such volitional formations in the past, it is just volitional formations that one recollects. When one recollects, I had such a consciousness in the past, it is just consciousness that one recollects. So one of these five aggregates, so all of them we recollect. In my previous life, my form was such, my feeling was such, my perception was such, my volitional formation was such, my consciousness was such. And why, because do you call it form? It is deformed by, because therefore it is called form. Deformed by what? Deformed by cold, deformed by heat, deformed by hunger, deformed by thirst, deformed by contact with flies, mosquitoes, wind, sun, and serpents. It is deformed because therefore it is called form. Deformed when we are born, we are deformed sometimes. Here it doesn't mean that kind of deformed. We are born with all the aggregates in good condition, yet when there is cold, our skin shrinks, covering all sweat pores to protect our heat. Deformed by heat, when it is very hot, our sweat pores open. Deformed by hunger, when we are hungry, we are shrink, stomach shrink, we feel tired. Deformed by thirst, of course, when we are deformed by uh, this is something deformed by uh, deformed by contact with flies. When flies bit us, mosquitoes, wind, sun, and serpents. With all these things, we will be deformed. And therefore, is called Are you with me?
Yes,
Yes, Bhante.
Yeah. Okay, you can see this?
Yes, Bhante.
You can see? Okay. Because something was happening, something happened to my screen anyway. And then, and why because do you call it feelings? It feels. Because therefore it is called feeling. What does it feel? It feels pleasure, it feels pain, it feels neither pain nor pleasure. It feels because therefore it is called feeling. As you know, when something contacts us, the feeling arises very quickly, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And why because do you call it perception? It perceives, therefore because it is called perception. And what does it perceive? It perceives blue, it perceives yellow, it perceives red, it perceives white, it perceives because therefore it is called perception. Also we can perceive the size, height, shape, and so forth. Triangle, ball, square, and so forth is perceived. And therefore this is called perception. Okay, and why? Because it's called the volitional formations. They contract the conditioned, because therefore they are called volitional formations. What they construct? What is the condition that they construct? They construct condition forms as form. They construct condition feeling as feeling. They construct condition perception as perception. They construct condition volitional formations as volitional formations. They construct condition consciousness as consciousness. They construct the condition, therefore, because they are called volitional formation. Construct in our day-to-day language, we say repairing. The repairing, what is wearing out, we repair. We repair the body, we repair the feeling. When one feeling arises, we arouse another feeling. When one perception disappears, we arouse another perception. When one volition, one thought arises, as it passes away, we arouse another volitional formations. When one sort of consciousness arises and passes away, we arouse another consciousness. And this is how they recondition. We call reconditioning. And therefore they are called uh, construct, condition. And why because do you call it consciousness? It cognizes because therefore it is called consciousness. And what does it cognize? It cognizes as sour, it cognizes bitter, it cognizes a pungent, it cognizes sweet, it cognizes sharp, it cognizes mild, it cognizes salty, it cognizes bland. So through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, we recognize when we see. And also here it is using the tongue. Sour, bitter, pungent, sweet, sharp, mild, salty, and bland. All these are the cognition we do through the tongue. Similarly, sound, smell, and touch, and so forth, they also we identify them separate from each other in various ways. And therefore they are called the consciousness. And therein, because the instructed and noble disciple reflects thus, I am now being devoured by form. In the past too, I was devoured by form in the very same way that I am now being devoured by the form. Okay, I am eaten up. I am eaten up now. I am devoured. Now I was devoured in the past. I shall be devoured in the future. If I were to seek delight in future form, then in the future too I shall be devoured by form in the same way that I am now being devoured by present form. Now, he reflects what is happening now will happen in the future. If I were to seek delight, when I delight the form, and that form will fade away and make me sorrow, lamentation, and so on. If I were to delight in the form now or in the future also will happen the same thing that happens to me right now. Having reflected thus, he becomes indifferent towards past form. He does not seek delight in the future form, and is practicing for revulsion towards present form for its fading away and cessation. This Buddha repeated with regard to feelings, perceptions, volitional formations, and consciousness. He reflects exactly as I am now being devoured by feelings, and in the past I was devoured by feeling. If I were to delight in the feeling now, in future also I will be devoured by feeling. Same thing he repeats with regard to the perception, volitional formations and consciousness. I am now being devoured by consciousness. In the past too, I was devoured by consciousness in the very same way that I am now being devoured by present consciousness. If I were to seek delight in future consciousness, then in the future too, I shall be devoured by consciousness in the very same way that I am now being divided by the present consciousness. Having reflected thus, he becomes indifferent towards past perception. He does not seek delight in future consciousness and is practicing for the revulsion towards the present consciousness for its fading away and cessation. And this is, he talk about anicca. Now he comes to explain the dukkha. What do you think, because is form permanent or impermanent? Of course, the answer is impermanent, Venerable Sir. And is that is impermanent suffering or happiness? Suffering, Venerable Sir. And is what is impermanent suffering and subject to clinging fit to be regarded thus? This is mine, this I am, this is my self? No, Venerable Sir. So the same way, therefore, because any kind of, we talk about form, same way, feeling, perception, volitional formations and consciousness. And he repeated the same thing. Any kind of consciousness whatsoever, whether past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, all consciousness should be seen as it really is with correct wisdom. This is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. So all the five aggregates that he recollect in the past, as we have now, and will be in the future with the same five aggregates, and they are impermanent, unsatisfactory, they are not myself. This is called Bhikkhu's noble disciple who dismantles and does not build up, who abandons and does not cling, who scatters and does not amass, who extinguishes and does not kindle. So this bhikkhu who says this thing in five aggregates very clearly, he tried to let it go, dismantle, break it down, dismantle. Like children make a sand castle on the beach and they enjoy for a while. Once they enjoy and they finally lose interest in them, and you break it with feet and hands and go away. Now no more collecting sands to make castle. Similarly, when an arahant sees these five aggregates, who they dismantles and does not build up, and they abandons and does not cling to, who scatters and does not collect, build up, accumulate, who extinguishes and does not kindle. Now, more fuel you put into the fire, you kindle it, increase the fire. When you remove the, what do you call, the, the fuel, it will not burn, it will extinguish. And what is it that distinguishes and does not build up? He dismantles form and does not build up. So he does not build up the five aggregates. The first aggregate is form. He does not build up, he will dismantle. He dismantles feeling and does not build up. He dismantles perception but does not build it up. He dismantles formations but he does not build up them. He dismantles consciousness and does not build it up. And what is it that abandons and does not cling to? He abandons form and does not cling to it. He abandons feeling and does not cling to it. He abandons perception and does not cling to it. He abandons volitional formations and does not cling to it. He abandons consciousness and does not cling to it. And Buddha asked the question, and what is it that is scatters and does not amass? Does not collect, but scatter. He scatters form and does not amass it. He does not collect and build up. He scatters feeling and does not build up feeling. He scatters perception and does not build up perception. He scattered volitional formation and does not build up volitional formation, not adding more volitional formations. He dismantles or scatters consciousness and does not build it up. So, and what is that? He extinguishes and does not kindle. Just like before, he extinguishes form and does not kindle it. He extinguishes feeling and does not kindle it. He extinguishes perception and does not kindle it. He extinguishes volitional formations and does not kindle it. He extinguishes consciousness and does not kindle it. So Buddha come to end of the discourse this way, not on end as yet, but getting closer. Seeing thus, because the instructed noble disciple experiences revulsion towards form, revulsion towards feeling, revulsion towards perception, revulsion towards volitional formations, revulsion towards consciousness. Experiencing revulsion, he becomes dispassionate. Through dispassion, his mind is liberated. When it is liberated, there comes the knowledge, it is liberated. What is liberated? The body, feeling, perception, volition, form is liberated. He understands that this toy is birth, whole life has been lived, what had to be done has been done, there is no more this for this state of being. This is called bhikkhu, a noble disciple, who neither build up nor dismantles, but who abides having dismantled. Now, there are three stages here. Noble disciples neither build up nor dismantles, but who abides having dismantled, who neither abandons nor clings, but who abides having abandoned, who neither scatters nor amasses, but who abides having scattered, who neither extinguishes nor kindles, but who abides having extinguishes. Now, scatters is, suppose you have a war, and then we finish the war, you don't, uh, recall all the soldiers. You let them go home, go to the barracks and so forth. Doesn't build up. And what is it because that neither build up nor dismantles, but abides having dismantled? He neither builds up nor dismantles form, but abides having dismantled it, dismantled form. He neither build up nor dismantle feeling, but abides, abides having dismantled feeling. He neither builds up nor dismantles perception, but abides having dismantled perception. He neither builds up nor dismantles volitional formations, but abides having dismantled volitional formations. He neither build up nor dismantle consciousness, but abides having dismantled consciousness. And what is it that he neither abides, abandons nor cling to, but abides having abandoned? He neither abandons nor cling to form. This is a very subtle state of mind. Neither abandons nor cling to, but abides having abandoned it. He doesn't go after what is abandoned, but he remains abandoned. Let it go, nirodha. He neither abandons nor cling to feelings, but abides having abandoned feeling. He neither abandons nor cling to perception, but he remains, abides, having abandoned perception. He neither abandons nor cling to volitional formations, but abides, having abandoned volitional formations. He neither clings nor abandons consciousness, but remain abandoned by abandon it. And what is it that he neither scatters nor amasses, but abides having scattered? He neither scatters nor amasses form, but abides having scattered form. Now spread the form, let it go. And same thing repeated with regard to feeling, perception, volitional formations, and consciousness. Now, what is it that he neither extinguishes nor kindles, but abides having extinguished? He does not keep extinguishing, and not clinging, not kindling. But once he abandoned, he abides by abandoning, extinguishing. Once he extinguishes, he doesn't have anything more to extinguish. He stays with extinguished. He neither extinguishes nor kindles form. Once he abandoned it, but abides having extinguished it, and there is no more form to repeat extinguishing. And similarly, he neither extinguishes nor kindles feeling. because that also he brought to an end. He neither extinguishes nor kindles perception. He neither extinguishes or kindles volitional formations. He neither extinguishes nor kindles consciousness, but abides having extinguished it. When bhikkhus, a bhikkhu is thus liberated in mind, Devas together with Indra, Brahma and Prajapati pay homage to him from afar. They say this, homage to you, O thoroughbred man, homage to you, O highest among men. We ourselves do not directly know, dependent upon what you meditate. Now you still meditate. But we don't know what you have meditated now, because you have already liberated, not scattered, and extinguished everything, but you still meditate. This is a very important discourse, and it's a Namo te Purisajanya, Namo te Purisuttama, Yasya te Nabhijanami, Yam Nisajayasi. We do not know. We honor homage to you, O thoroughbred man. Homage to you, O highest among men, we ourselves do not directly know, that dependent upon what you meditate. Now you don't have any material to meditate. All your five aggregates are completely extinguished. That means you have no more aggregates of clinging. When you have aggregates of clinging, you have to use them as objects of your meditation to get rid of your clinging. Now you have freed yourself from clinging to aggregates, and there is no more aggregates subject to clinging, but you simply have aggregates without clinging. Now you have pure aggregate, pure from tanna, mana, ditti, craving, conceit, and wrong view. Previously you had aggregates with craving, conceit, and wrong view. Now you don't have them. You simply have pure aggregate, which of course continue to be impermanent. And yet there is no suffering. You don't have to think of non-self. But it continues to be impermanent permanently. That's all you have now. And therefore, you see, the discourse started in a simple tone, now gradually went deeper and deeper and deeper of explaining the mental state of an arahant. And friends, that is what we want to attain. Sooner or later, slowly and gradually, not jumping to it very quickly. I think, friends, that may be enough for today's Dhamma talk. And now we want to do meditation. Okay? Okay. Okay. May all beings be happy and without exception, weak or strong, long or large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth. May all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another, as a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child. Even so, towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or whenever awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision. Removing desire for sensual pleasures, one comes never again to birth in the womb. With this, we meditate for 25 Mhm. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the foolish, may I join always with the wise, until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering, may the fear-struck be free from fear, may the grieving be free from grief, so too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Friends, may all those who are in hospitals suffering from various diseases, may they recover very soon, return to normal, regular health, and practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May the doctors, nurses, hospital staff who take care of these people also find time to practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and liberate from samsaric suffering. May all those who have lost their loved ones and may still be grieving, may they free from grief and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering and attain to perfect peace and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all those who are in trouble spot, war zone, poverty-stricken area, may they also find time to understand the nature of greed, hatred, and delusion, and practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and attain liberation from samsaric suffering. May all those who are in the northern direction, northeastern direction, eastern direction, southeastern direction, southern direction, southwestern direction, western direction, northwestern direction, up and down below, all of them be well, happy and peaceful. May they all attain liberation from samsaric suffering. That's all, friends, we can have today. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Bhante.
Sadhu,
Thank you,
Thank you
Bhante.
for a very
Thank you, Sadhu.
inspiring teaching, Bhante. Inspiring teaching.
Thank you.
God.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante. Thank you, Pramana Ping.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.